I have to start doing my game of the week again. You heard that live. I'm gonna start doing my game of the week again, everybody.
That is captured. That is captured on the recording. You heard it
Yeah, but I
here.
haven't heard it.
You heard it
I
here
didn't hear it.
on the Bullshit
I
Gamer.
didn't hear it here. I didn't hear it here.
All right, we're back with another edition. Tonight we have two very special guests with us. We have our first lady of the Bullshit Gamers, Usagi, or Gamer Jitsu.
Konnichiwa.
And we have a very special YouTuber. He is the biggest Laserdisc collector there is on YouTube. He's great into retro games and started collecting LP. Mr. Cessna Ace.
Hey, stay awesome.
All right, so what we're going to do here, we've got some questions here laid out. Of course, I'm Buffer Kid, and of course, we have Jay Blackheart on again, BMTV, my partner in crime.
He's just still staring at me.
He's just so
What you talk about, Willis?
he's just so quiet right now. But
So
anyway,
quiet he probably left the room and then we didn't even know it.
That's okay.
I think he muted his microphone. But anyway, I got some questions here. Since the topic is about Sega tonight, as a whole, Sega the corporation, their decisions and everything, and we got a couple Sega fanatics, I hope, in the house here. I know we have
Sega.
Doo-doo. That's dating back to the Master System. It didn't sing then. It just doo-dooed.
Yeah,
I don't
Doo-doo.
have one. So I need one.
I think you need to hook her up with one. We need to find her.
I think somebody needs to send me a Master System. So whoever out there has a Master System laying around the house, you can send me it. Hey.
Or a ghetto gear.
X-File 2708 and I are exchanging systems, and I'm trying to get his Master System, but it's probably PAL. So it probably will need 220 volts, so you'll need a step-up converter.
More than likely. Okay, first question here. What was Sega's worst marketing decision? Who wants the answer first?
I'll take that.
Okay.
Well, it was one of the earliest mistakes with the Master System. They let Tonka handle the U.S. distribution. Tonka had no knowledge of video games. So they just kind of stuck it in Toys R Us and let it, lay there.
So I remember hearing about that.
Yep. Now, bear in mind, Taka, of course, was the yellow toy truck company.
And sadly,
Little
the Master System in Japan got the Yamaha stereo chip, FM chip. The other versions around the world did not. So we got gypped on the chip.
We get gypped on a lot of things in the U.S., though. Sad.
Okay, that's
I hear a lot of UK gamers, though, say that they get gypped because they get everything after we do, or they never get it at all.
It's
So I
usually-
guess it's a trade-off.
yeah, it's usually held over for PAL because normally it's Japan first that gets it, and then we get it, and then other countries later on gets it, depending on the markets. Okay, Steph, what do you think was their worst marketing decision?
Well, since I didn't have a Master System, I don't know. I want to say 32X just because it had the same games as the Sega Saturn,
Okay,
which I think was stupid, like Virtua Fighter and that racing game that was almost the same thing.
Virtual Racing.
Virtual racing.
Yeah, it was like Deluxe or some garbage.
Virtual
I
Racing.
have
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And the thing is, it was because of the fact that, well, I don't want to even get into that, but if you get the, you could play most Genesis games on the 32X or through the 32X except Virtual Racing. And that was because of the one they came out with for the 32X, but don't ask me why.
I heard that Rex your Genesis games sling them through that, though.
It depends, I think. Because I think that happened to one of my early ones. I had one that had the 32X, and I think it bricked on me.
That's why I have it on two separate different ones. Like I have one system with the 32X, one system with Sega CD, and then one by itself.
Yeah.
For that reason.
And they had no reason to come out with a quasi 32-bit system when they were months away from announcing a real 32-bit system, the Saturn.
Yeah, and it looked a lot better anyway.
Okay. All right. It's good answers there. Okay, next question. Top 5 Sega games of all time. Now, this can be Sega-produced games. It could be games that were designed for a Sega platform. Who wants to answer first?
I'll let Stephanie start this time.
Ladies
Oh,
first.
thanks. It's hard to do because there's so many. Like earlier when I was talking about this,
Well, because I know.
I didn't really name top 5. So
Well, according
um,
to some of the answers you gave us, you said Fighters Mega Mix,
yeah, that's one of them.
Sonic Adventures, Sonic and Knuckles, and then you said Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
No Sonic Spinball?
I think she said that.
No,
I can't remember if she said that or not.
no.
Well, it's awesome because it's Sonic and it's pinball.
It's new Sonic Spinball. Okay, I watch too much TV.
Okay, guys, here's an update on Jay. His mic tripped out again, so that's why we can't hear him. So he's working to correct this problem.
That now.
So, yep.
Well,
All right, so let's see. Next question. Now, bear in mind, I know I'm going to have to put a quarter in the F jar here because I'm going to say this word, but what was Sega's biggest fuck up?
Quarter.
I already said that. Quarter's going in the F jar.
I put it in for you.
Oh, thanks. You're a doll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
what was the question again?
What was Sega's
Without the F word?
What was Sega's biggest screw up? Basically.
But there were many.
Mm-hmm. But what would you say would be the biggest? 32X, not putting a DVD drive in the Dreamcast when they had the opportunity to. Yeah, that's a lot of decisions could have been made.
Well, the DVD format was not big in Japan when they were developing the system.
Mm-hmm.
And then after they had already developed the system, but before it came out, DVD exploded in Japan, and then,
And then the PS2 got it, correct?
Actually,
In Japan too, or no?
Actually, according to what's been written down and verified, the PlayStation 2 was the main cause for the DVD market in Japan because it was a cheap DVD player, just like the PlayStation 3 was with Blu-ray.
I'm not Luke Wars 1, but I'm fairly certain that it was the number one selling DVD player in Japan because it was the least expensive.
Yep.
And that's why everybody took to it.
So basically, because they had their bad timing and they had to have it out on a certain date before the PlayStation 2, that's why they screwed it up kind of for themselves, really.
Plus, the Dreamcast used a proprietary drive called the GD-ROM, and it was kind of iffy on some games. And loud, too.
Yeah, that thing takes lots of noise.
I was gonna say, isn't that a common failure on the Dreamcast? Is the GD drive on those?
Yeah, I ordered mine. I pre-ordered mine, and I went to Electronics Boutique to pick it up, and took it home and wouldn't read any of the games. So I took it back, and they just handed me another one, and I went out the door. Totally different from Sony when they released the PlayStation 1. I was telling Adam about this earlier today. It had an overheating problem, and Sony's response was turn it off. If it overheats, turn it off.
Sounds like the 360.
See, mine didn't have that problem. Mine had the spindle fell off of mine, so then I had to tip it upside down and put weights on top of it so it would stay shut, so the spindle would stay in.
Dang.
But that happened twice.
How were you? Was it lying flat when you used it, or did you have it on its side, or what?
It was always flat.
Wow.
And then, because I knew the spindle was going to go out the second time, because the first time it had like a little red dot or whatever in it. And then the spindle just popped off when I was trying to take the game out. It just came off with the game one time. I'm like, oh, God.
Okay.
In my entire gaming life, I've never had that happen with a disc-based system.
That's why whenever I take stuff out of the Saturn or Dreamcast, I'm like, please don't break, please don't take it out.
Yeah, same here with my Sega CD. I'm like, please don't break, because it costs me so much to buy.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially to find a working one.
Emmett 12 Bird picked one up for me, and he only paid $10 for it, but it came with the Genesis and it came with the CD drive, and neither one of them worked, but he fixed both of them, and it works great.
Okay, I think
we have Jay back.
I think we have Jay back. Jay, are you back online with us? Ground control.
He's trying to be.
Ground control to Jay Blackheart. Do you read me over?